do want to try it. I'm sorry.
What?
Yep, that's work.
Hey! What? Why did you do that?
I want to know if shooting them scares them.
I told you it does. This is what I like about Back 4 Blood. To anyone that has played Left 4 Dead or Vermintide, then you'll probably like this game. I do feel like it goes more into some roguelike aspects more than Vermintide, but it does it pretty well. For those of you who don't know a lot about roguelike games, think of it as the type of game where you proceed through a dungeon or a level with the possibility of dying and having to start all over. Things you unlocked in that previous playthrough could possibly be available in the next run, as there is an element of RNG. This progresses your game, and a lot of times, if you get the right cohesion of items, makes it easier to beat. Back 4 Blood does have a rarity system when it comes to weapons and items, but instead of unlocking those, it uses a card-based system, and you can unlock cards through the supply lines menu or by finding items in-game. You earn supply points for beating missions, and can choose from 3 options in the supply lines menu of what you want to build. You can then edit and customize your deck before starting in order to get the best cards throughout your playthrough. You get to pick cards at the start of each level, and there are plenty through each act of the game. There are 4 acts in total, and each act is basically a run. You start over upon completion of an act, resetting your weapons, items, and cards that you had picked. The characters, or cleaners, each have their own special abilities, and are essentially a card also. As you progress, your cleaner's card will also activate. The best way to start is by picking the right cleaner, as each one has a basis in a certain stat or ability. Then customizing your deck to put in the right cards and unlocking the right supply lines. As for gunplay, the animations, sounds, recoil are all very nice. Guns are very responsive, and it is gratifying using them. The rarity system for guns, items, and attachments will change your weapon and gameplay a lot. It goes hand in hand with the card system. The rarity is white, common, green, uncommon, blue, rare, purple, epic, and gold, legendary. Generally, each primary weapon has 4 attachment slots, and each secondary weapon has 2 or 3. I do feel like the melee weapons were a bit of an afterthought. There's no ability to block or dodge, and it leaves you with one basic attack with the same animation over and over. I feel like this was done intentionally as your primary focus is to be using guns, but it would be nice to see that in a future update. If I had to choose the best overall weapon, hands down it would be the M249. It has 80 capacity ammo clips without any attachments, it does good damage, and goes well with a lot of cards and builds. Now, what I didn't like about the game is mainly AI and lobby focused. There are other issues, but these were my main focus. I know there is only so much you can do with bots instead of people, but the AI just stands next to zombies and gets killed, half the time not even shooting. I heard the AI was worse in beta, but it still is pretty bad currently. Friends or a group are definitely needed in my opinion. The enemy AI has its own set of issues, mainly with the special zombies or ridden that appear throughout the game. Firstly, the sleepers, that are basically wall zombies that can jump to you anywhere as you get close enough, even without line of sight sometimes. The wretch also doesn't always use line of sight, vomiting acid through walls before he comes around corners, allowing you no way to shoot him. Also, there's an issue with pathing. A lot of the zombies have very little reaction time for you to shoot them, so it's hard to counter them. I love the design, art, and the atmosphere in game with the special ridden, as you are likely to get jump scared quite a bit, and they just look awesome. But there is a bit left to be desired with the coding of the AI itself. Lastly, there is no progression with playing solo, which doesn't make sense to me. Bots will not autofill if it is just one person queuing, and with no progression playing solo, what's the point anyways? I know they will likely work on this in the future, we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, I still highly recommend the game. The replayability from the card system alone was enough to sell me. I am lucky enough to have some friends from my streams that were willing to play so we could all queue, and we do have a blast. If you would like to check out this game some more or see what else I'm up to, please stop by and say hello on Twitch. Links will be in the description. I stream every day starting at 3 PM EST. That has been what I liked about Back 4 Blood. And look out for my next video reviewing Battlefield 2042's open beta next week. Bye!
Why is there a dude sitting here? Why is Nick in the game?
Where?
Here.
I missed it. I'm on my card screen.
Oh. Well, he's in the room.
Oh, he's in the... okay. Where is he? That's funny.
Love what he's done with the place.
Didn't ask you to be
Why
here.
is Nick here?
Best you went. The